Okay, so get this. Imagine a basketball game, but like instead of those buzzer beaters, the exciting final shots.
Right.
It's parents throwing punches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what we're diving into today, like a real life sports story that just went way off the court.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, it is. So we're going to the Philippines for this one. The NBTC South Luzon Championship semifinals in Las Piñas.
Okay.
It was Salle Zobel versus Arandia College. Huge game. A game that should have been all about high school hoops and dreams, but it turned into something else entirely. So to give you an idea of just how wild this got, we're talking about parents storming the court, allegations of players being tripped, and even Eric Arejola, big name Philippine basketball. He's the NorthPort Peer Governor in the PBA, like our professional league. He got caught up in this whole mess. Yeah. So, like I said, this deep dive, we're not just trying to figure out what happened. We're going to try and understand how and why this happened and what it says about, sports culture, maybe even beyond the Philippines.
I mean, it's fascinating, right? Like, how do things escalate to this point, especially in a youth sports setting?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So to get a sense of just how tense things were, even before the brawl, the Arandia College coach described the game as super physical.
Oh, wow.
He actually said, and I quote, "The game was intense, but I was shocked when parents started coming down from the stands." So you can already tell, things were on edge even before everything went down.
That's like that underlying tension, right? Like that sets the stage for what happens next. You've got this pressure cooker environment, and then just one thing can set it off.
Exactly. And that spark, at least according to the footage we've seen, it came from this seemingly small incident. A spectator, like someone, not even in the game, just throws the ball in frustration. And that's what seems to have set Eric Arejola off, leading him to actually go onto the court and go after a minor.
I mean, it's incredible how one seemingly small action can trigger this chain reaction, especially when emotions are already running high.
Yeah. Like we were saying, Eric Arejola, he isn't just some, random parent. He's really involved in the basketball world here. He's got that powerful position in the PBA.
Right.
So this isn't just like a dad losing his cool. This is someone with influence, someone with responsibility.
Yeah, that adds a whole other layer to it, doesn't it?
For sure.
Because it makes you wonder, what's going on there? I mean, what would push someone in that position, someone who's supposed to be, focused on basketball development, to be involved in something like this?
Makes you think about, the pressures these guys might face, the expectations, the whole win at all costs mentality, even in a high school game.
Yeah. It's a complex situation, for sure, and one that deserves a closer look, because while we can't condone his actions, understanding the context and the pressures, it might help us shed some light on how a situation like this can escalate so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, how does it get to that point?
Yeah, it's almost like, the pressure to win, that desire for victory, it just overshadows everything else, like sportsmanship, respect, even basic decency.
You're absolutely right. It's like this incident, it just it shines a light on that tension, that exists in youth sports, like everywhere, the pull between, winning and character development.
It's like everybody's caught in this whirlwind of expectations, the players, the parents, the coaches, and it's easy to see how that can create a situation where a parent, someone like Eric Arejola, with his ties to the basketball world, he might feel this immense pressure,
right?
Almost like a sense of responsibility for the outcome of the game, even if it's just a high school game.
Yeah, and I don't want to excuse his actions at all,
right?
But it helps us kind of see, how things could get so out of control so quickly. It's like we were saying, that pressure cooker. Add in the adrenaline, the crowd, and it's a recipe for disaster.
So where do we even begin to unravel this? How do we address an issue that feels so, complex, so deeply rooted in the culture of sports?
It is complex, but it's not insurmountable. One starting point is just establishing clear expectations and consequences. So the NBTC's decision to hold the finals behind closed doors,
right?
That sends a message, shows that there are repercussions.
But it can't just be about punishment, though, right? It has to be about education, fostering a different kind of mindset, getting to the root of the problem and not just reacting to the symptoms.
Absolutely. It's about shifting the focus from, solely winning to emphasizing things like respect, sportsmanship, developing well-rounded individuals. And it starts at the top, coaches, parents, lead officials. They gotta set the right example.
I'm also thinking about the role of sports psychology, maybe bringing in experts to work with players, parents, and coaches on managing stress, handling pressure, and developing those healthy coping mechanisms.
That's a really good point. Equipping everybody involved with the tools to navigate that emotional roller coaster that comes with sports. That's so essential because at the end of the day, we want these young athletes to walk away with valuable life lessons, not just a win-loss record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And bringing it back to, the NBTC statement, they emphasize their commitment to developing, skills, building character, and raising leaders. It's a good reminder that there's a lot more at stake here than just who scores the most points.
Exactly. Those qualities, those are the real victories, and they're not mutually exclusive with success on the court. You can be competitive without resorting to unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right. It takes a conscious effort from everybody involved, though.
Yeah.
Like creating that culture where respect and sportsmanship are truly prioritized, where winning isn't the sole measure of success.
It's about, adults to understanding their role in shaping that culture, leading by example, showing young athletes that it's okay to be, passionate, to be competitive, but there are lines that you just don't cross. At the end of the day, we want these kids to walk away with positive memories, not physical and emotional scars.
Yeah, it's about remembering that these are kids, not professional athletes.
Yeah.
And the lessons they learn on the court,
right,
those are going to stay with them long after the final buzzer.
Yeah. And hopefully those lessons are about resilience and teamwork and perseverance and respect, qualities that will help them in every aspect of their lives, really.
So we've talked about, the pressures, the need for a shift in mindset.
Right.
But practically speaking, what can we as individuals do to contribute to this positive change? Because it feels like such a massive problem. What can we do at a grassroots level?
It starts with each of us. It starts with our own behavior. Like if we're at a game, let's model good sportsmanship ourselves. Cheer for our team without putting down the opponent. And if we see something that's not right happening, let's say something. Let's intervene.
And if we're parents, let's focus on supporting our kids' efforts and their development, not just obsessing over the outcome of the game. Let's teach them that it's okay to make mistakes, to lose sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to learn from those experiences.
Because those are the experiences that are going to shape them into well-rounded individuals. And who knows, maybe by taking those small steps, we can trigger this ripple effect, create a more positive and supportive sports culture for everybody involved.
This isn't just about this one incident, It's about stepping back and really examining the values that we're promoting in youth sports, creating a space where kids can learn, can grow, can compete without that fear of violence or aggression.
And remembering that, competition is part of sports, but it should never, ever come at the expense of respect and integrity and the well-being of our young athletes. Because like we said, we want these kids to walk away from the game feeling good, not with bruises and emotional scars.
They should walk away knowing that real success, it's not just about winning. It's about becoming the best versions of themselves, both on and off the court.
Absolutely.
So how do we get there? What are the next steps in creating this positive change?
Well, for starters, we have to, keep having this conversation, raising awareness, challenging the status quo, not letting these issues just fade away.
Yeah, and it's not just about talking, it's about taking action, whether that's implementing stricter rules, providing education and training, or holding individuals accountable for their behavior. We need to send a clear message that violence and aggression have have no place in youth sports. We all have a responsibility to create a more positive and supportive environment for these young athletes.
Because it really is about, investing in their future, both on and off the court. It's about creating a culture that values respect, sportsmanship, and the development of well-rounded individuals.
Oh, this brawl, this incident that caught everybody's attention, what happened afterwards? Did anybody face consequences?
So, like we mentioned, Arandia College filed charges, and the NBTC, they took action immediately with the closed-door finals. But the bigger question is, what's the lasting impact going to be on youth sports culture? Will it spark real change, or will it just fade away like another unfortunate incident?
I guess that remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, this event has sparked a conversation, like a really crucial conversation, about the role of adults in youth sports, about the pressure to win and the importance of prioritizing sportsmanship and respect. Hopefully that the conversation is going to translate into concrete actions and a shift in mindset, and ultimately a safer and more supportive environment for young athletes everywhere.
Because that's the legacy, that's the legacy we want to leave behind, a legacy of positive change, where sports can truly be a vehicle for personal growth and development, not a breeding ground for violence and aggression.
And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's not forget that there are still some unanswered questions, perspectives we haven't heard yet. Eric Arejola and Salle Zobel, they were contacted for statements, but they haven't responded.
Which means, the door is open for further exploration. Perhaps their side of the story will shed more light on what happened, or maybe it'll raise even more questions. Either way, it's important to keep seeking answers, keep pushing for accountability.
Even small things can make a difference, and together we can create a much better, more supportive environment for everyone. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.